What's up, addicts? Just a short video for you guys today. No real big news on Tuesday. No major signings. After we posted our video yesterday, were a few minor receiver signings. We saw Brashad Perriman go to the New York Jets, kind of replacing Robbie Anderson. Definitely think that's a downgrade for them, but Perriman finally showed a little something towards the end of last season. Once both Evans and Godwin had gone down, he did definitely step up his game, but I think this is a definite downgrade for a team that had already been hurting for wide receiver help, so this isn't going to help them very much. And then Devin Funchess signed with the Green Bay Packers. That one's a little bit more interesting to me. A big-bodied receiver, kind of could potentially replace what they thought they were getting in Jimmy Graham in terms of going to him in the end zone. Might end up hurting Devonta Adams' end zone or like his overall red zone targets, but we'll see what version of Devin Funchess that we actually get. He only really had one solid year. The past 2 years have been riddled with injuries, either at the quarterback position or for him, so should be a, I'm waiting to see what that deal actually consists of, but should probably end up just being like a small prove-it deal. But overall, I think it's good for the Packers. It gives them a nice veteran presence, and they'll most likely target a wide receiver in the draft, so it's going to be nice to have an extra bit of experience there from another team to help bring that rookie in. But overall, the thing I want to just riff about real quick is, and curious what your guys' take is on it as well. Where do you think Cam Newton is going to go? Now that he's been officially released, the Panthers signed Teddy Bridgewater, and I mean, kind of did Cam Newton dirty by waiting until this late into the free agency to drop him. They could have done so over a week ago. A lot of teams went out and signed a quarterback. We may have been able to see Cam Newton possibly go to the Bears. But having them wait as long as they did, now there's a lot less available positions for him to even go and be a starter. I mean, really right now, the only three main teams I could think of that he potentially start pretty much week one would be Los Angeles Chargers, potentially on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and of course the New England Patriots. So at this point, he might not even play for a team where he's the starter. He might end up being the backup, which I don't know that that would be the worst thing in the world for him, but I do think he has a lot to prove still, and I think he has the potential to still be really good. I mean, the last 2 years dealing with a shoulder injury, and then last year having a foot injury, it looked like his shoulder was better by what we saw through week one, but then dealing with the Liz Frank injury pretty early on in the season, we didn't really get to see how healed up his shoulder was. I'm not worried about his foot injury becoming a recurring problem, but we're still not sure if he has the same throwing power and accuracy dealing with that injury to his throwing shoulder. So going and with everything that's happening right now in the world, with a lot of people not, obviously he's not really able to pass a team-sanctioned medical exam. Yes, he's passed their quote-unquote medical exam, but they're, basically forbidding any type of like individual tryouts right now because of the spread of COVID-19. So it's becoming really hard for Cam Newton to prove to other teams how healthy he is. So really right now at this point, it's just a gamble what team wants to take a gamble on him. So if I had my vote, like if we were doing this like this was Madden and we were all just trying to build the best Madden team that we could, I'd love to see what Cam Newton could do with Bill Belichick and the Patriots. I think that would be a really interesting nuance to that story between the Belichick and Brady debate. But I also think that he would be a nice fit in LA with the Chargers, although Tyrod Taylor is a similar archetype in terms of the way that he plays football, so I'm not sure that they would really want two of those guys. I think he would make an interesting quarterback competition for Gardner Minshew. Some people have thrown out the idea of potentially going to the Broncos or the Bills, but I don't see either of those teams going after Cam Newton right now. I think Drew Lock and Josh Allen are pretty firmly entrenched there, so he would just definitely be more of a veteran backup. And then the other team that I've heard thrown around would be the Los Angeles Raiders. I'm sorry, I'm calling everyone Los Angeles now, Las Vegas Raiders. That's going to be a little bit interesting to have to remember how to say. But overall, Las Vegas Raiders, yes, they have Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota now, but going after Marcus Mariota, I think, signaled that they are not sold on Carr, and it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to make another splash and go after Cam Newton. So I would venture to guess it's going to come down to those three teams between the Chargers, the Patriots, and the Raiders, and potentially the Jaguars. But hit me up in the comment section below and tell me what you guys think would be the best fit. Obviously, Cam Newton going to the Patriots would basically be the opposite of what the Patriots have had in Tom Brady, but I think that would be a really interesting dynamic to see how things shake up. But Bill Belichick isn't one that is known for change, so that's probably a pipe dream at this point. So that one might honestly be one of the least probability teams at this point. So maybe the Raiders, Chargers, or Jaguars. What do you guys think? Let me know if I'm missing anyone that you think should be going after them. And then obviously the same thing for Jameis Winston. Not dealing with injury problems, just has that interception bug that he can't seem to shake. But you know, got two first pick overall guys from a few years back that are now on the free market, and they've been sitting there for over a week now, and we haven't really heard any rumor or buzz as to where they're going. So hit me up, let me know where you guys think he's going to go. Hopefully that news will break soon, and as soon as it's here, we'll break it down from a fantasy perspective for you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We're working on a lot of rookie content that'll be dropping soon, so keep an eye out for that on the Fantasy Addiction Network, and we'll see you guys next time.